me reporting live from the SWAT team van. SWAT team has arrived! The big black van, protester removal team. You guys should know how Orwellian that sounds. Protester removal team. With their equipment to remove those smelly hippies. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's a late one. I'm not going to speak too loudly because I've got to keep the house quiet. I've just been to Swinton Police. That's my text message ringtone. Anyway, I've just been to Swinton Police Station, and there's about 10 anti-fracking campaigners outside waiting for their 10 friends who have been arrested. And it's brought back a couple of powerful memories that I wanted to share with you before I roll the tape. You know, like, we see people in daily life, everyone's stepping over each other, everyone's ignoring the needy and getting rid of homeless people. Like in Manchester city centre today, there was PCSOs forcing all the homeless out of town because begging's a crime. It's funny, like, you can have people, canvassers, salespeople, charity fundraisers, they're all begging for attention, begging for money, begging for your donations. Yet, if someone sits there peacefully, they have to go. You're not in the fucking correct matrix. Anyway, my friend Tristan and all his buddies, let me put this on silent. My friend Tristan and all his buddies were there, and it reminded me of my time in Toronto when I was in the Toronto police station, and I had a group of people waiting outside, and Dan Dix from Press for Truth, he posted my $500 bail. I did pay him back, but that's not the point. He was there for me, he was waiting and seeing these fracking protesters, the solidarity and brotherhood, as they were there for hours today, 10 hours waiting. And I said, like, Tristan, how long are you going to be here for? He's like, we don't know. How long's a piece of string, you know? And so that kind of solidarity to be there for people who are kidnapped by the police or whatever is very, very nice to see. And like, just to come back to the bigger picture of anti-fracking protesters, like, these are people with a social conscience, and whether I agree with them or not, I don't think the science is yet is there. You know, we've not had fracking for, like, this modern day fracking, we've not had that for very long. And so what I admire about the protesters is that they keep the debate going, they keep it in the media, they show that people are environmentalists, they want to keep fossil fuels in the ground, and, you know, fair play to them. But what I don't like to see is the police smashing them down and inventing lies about driving under the influence and all this nonsense. Like, when you give a man a uniform and pay him £35,000 a year, put the Queen's crown on his forehead, he has a very big responsibility to not act like a fucking asshole, as we all seem to manage to, sometimes. But I'll share a story with you. Like, in 2002, I decided, you know, I'm Brazilian, I might as well go up and down the Amazon River, have a look. And we were deep in some nature reserve on the Rio Preto, or Rio Negro, I can't remember the name, the Black River. We're getting eaten by mosquitoes, and it's wildlife everywhere, parrots, macaws in the trees, amazing. And then we're all settling down for dinner, and then I hear this massive, like, ship go past, and, like, the Amazon River is fucking huge, and we're, like, up some back alley of the Amazon River, and it was a kind of container ship full of logs, massive big fucking logs of trees that had been chopped down. And I said to our tour guide, I said in Portuguese, I said, olha, que é isso? Que é isso que a gente está vendo aí? Like, what the hell are we seeing here? And he goes, logging. And I said, logging? This is a nature reserve. Like, there's no logging here. And he goes, it's illegal logging. They pay off the businessmen and the government. And my heart sank as a Brazilian seeing, like, 100-year-old trees chopped just for some fucking desire for mahogany in the West or whatever. How corruption rapes the planet. And the way I felt there in Brazil seeing these illegal logging ships is probably very similar to how the protesters at Barton Moss feel when they see these big drills going into the ground. So it's not a matter of, like, you know, throwing blame or saying it should be like this, but there's something deeply sick in our society when, you know, it's just normal everyday news. People in fluorescent police uniforms smash up some environmentalists with a social conscience. How dare they have a social fucking conscience? Anyway, enough of my face. Watch the tape. Well, here we are outside Swinton Police Station, and I'm going to try and move over here. What's happened is Barton Moss protest camp is still carrying on, and there were 10 arrests today on Monday, the 10th of February, and the footage you're about to see I took last weekend of some people who were trying to keep the debate going, and they were in the town hall. So I hope you enjoy the tape, and I'll pan around a bit here because I'm just filming on my phone. Okay, this is Charlie Veitch reporting from Swinton Town Hall, the administrative capital of Salford. The police are all here because there's a few protests. We're not allowed. Anyway, first story is, this is first part of the story. We're not allowed in. Second part of the story, there's a bunch of protesters being manhandled by the police trying to remove their hands from a lock, some sort of arm lock.
It's a tube.
A tube, thank you. Technical term. There's a big policeman there with a backpack taking photographs. Look at this press man, the policeman.
How come the police
he can take photos in there.
Press, but the public aren't? Considering the public pay for the police, it's a little bit...
And then, if we have a look here, let's put this camera up against the glass. Focus. Focus.
You're like a welfare officer.
Your camera's better than mine. Can I come in as well? Okay, I think there's some protesters who have also glued their hands to the glass, as you can see there. Is that Ben? I saw you on Facebook 2 minutes ago. I thought, oh my God, I better come running. Anyway, as you can see here, there's an arm tube where the protesters have locked themselves in. And as is always the case in Great Britain, there's more police than there are protesters. Just so you guys all see, this guy's wearing a jacket with the police protester removal team. Kind of like a bad smell or a wart or a disease.
They've also spelt it wrong. It should say protector. They actually be
yes.
Oh, right, protect. And then
it should be, because protesting's got a lot of connotations legally, hasn't it?
Well, I like that. There's a local journalist, and I'm at the top of my voice, like he was at the other end of the gun. I'm like, is this all they do? And he was like, yeah, pretty much. They're not really helping people very much, are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, backwards and forwards.
Okay, breaking news. Someone there is saying something important. Alright, and he's saying, this is the famous cameraman here in the orange that got smashed up in his eye socket the other week by the police.
Yes.
I wish I saw this kind of response for domestic violences. You know what I mean?
Or, you know,
it really winds me up. There's people...
Poison in the air, corruption.